Welcome back. Episode 37, Black and White Takes. We're here for the week 6 NFL Best Bets episode. I feel like our last episode was probably our funniest episode so far. Not that every episode needs to be funny, but Jace, you were definitely on one. And not only were you on one with the humor, but you also went 3-0, man. So congrats. How you feeling?
Dude, I feel great, man. I'm due for another big week. I'm up pretty good on you guys, right? I mean,
Yeah, let's
Alec had a great pick on week, but in terms
yeah.
of, best bets, I'm cruising pretty solidly in the lead, so time to do some catching up, boys.
Yeah, man, it's definitely time to lock it in. Let's recap real quick. Jay went 3-0, but really what was impressive was he went ahead and he passed up on the 4.5 points that the Broncos were getting, wanted the
Yes.
money line, said this was a definite spot, Eagles loss, and it came through. And we actually were all on that. At least, well, I wasn't in this contest, but I did bet that number. And then Simi had this as one of his picks. But yeah, Broncos money line came through big. Jace was also on the Lions minus 20.5. I'm just kidding, which covered basically. And then you were on the Jags, which I was on the other side very confidently and took a big hit, lost a lot of money on the Chiefs, but hey, we bounced back. So Jace
Dude,
was 3-0. I was 1-2. I was on the Browns at plus 3.5, which is really frustrating because the 4.5 covered, which I bet, but on this show I chose the 3.5. I was on the Bucks plus 3.5, which covered, and then the Bills minus 7.5. I'm not going to talk about. And then last but not least, Simi was 2-1. He was on the Saints, no sweat. He was on the Broncos, and then the Chargers, which was just the wrong side. So simply put, but overall, Jace is 7-3. That's 70% so far through week 5. I'm 4-5. Simi's 5-4. Jace is up a good amount, but it's still kind of close because it's still early on. So we've got a lot of week 6 lines to dig into. So let's just get right into it. We don't have. We're gonna try to get it done quick so that we can watch Thursday night football and Jace can watch his Phillies.
come on.
So let's start with the game real quick tonight. Simi, I'm going to start with you. Line is 7.5. The Eagles are favored on the road Thursday night football. Can we back Jackson Dart here to cover this number, or what do you think?
I want to say no. This is a stay away from me, though. I'm not going to waste any time on this game. Purely a watch for me.
Backs. Jay, what do you think?
Dude, I actually think the Eagles blow out the Giants here, but I'm gonna have to agree with Simi. I'm not confident enough to bet it. I don't know. Something about this Eagles team feels a little bit off. Feels like they actually have some big problems that need to be addressed before I can back them.
Facts. Yeah, no, I get that. I definitely am a lean to the Giants. I put a little on the Giants, but definitely not something I want to spend too much time on or choose as one of my 3. But let's move to the Sunday games. Let's start with my Steelers. They're coming off their bye week. They're playing a very familiar opponent, but it is their first matchup with the Browns. I guess the big news there or story there has been Dillon Gabriel taking over. Obviously, Joe Flacco has been shipped to Cincy, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But Dillon Gabriel coming to Pittsburgh for his first start on U.S. soil as an NFL quarterback. So,
America.
yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know why, but ESPN bet was hanging Browns plus 6.5, and I had to take that. I actually wanted to find a way to bet the Browns here, just because I'm not all in on my Steelers yet, especially not at this number. These games are usually close. The Browns defense is capable. I really like the 6.5, but for the most part, it looks like it's 5.5, and there's actually a couple 6s out there right now as well, but not enough to make it one of my 3. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, this is a must play for me. Give me Steelers minus 5.5. Lock it in right now.
You sure, man?
Yeah, there's no question. You have Dillon Gabriel going on the road in his first start against the Steelers. Fast defense, Patrick Queen, TJ Watt, Jalen Ramsey. I mean, Darius Slay. I mean, all around the board, I think he's going to be seeing ghosts. Definitely going to throw an interception. Might be be it anytime defensive TD. Dylan Gabriel, anytime, over 0.5 interceptions, definitely a play for me.
Facts. Simi, you got any thoughts on this one?
Not really. I think this line might be a little too big, though.
Yeah.
The Steelers are off. The Steelers are off a bye, so I
Yes.
could see the Steeler love. Kind of a good Mike Tomlin spot.
I think Simi's Wi-Fi is cutting out a little bit, but we'll give him a sec to resituate. But I think what he was saying, Jay, what was he saying? He was saying that
Good Mike Tomlin spot coming off the bye, preparing against a rookie quarterback, probably, if I had to guess.
yeah, but I don't think it was a play for him.
No, I don't think it's a play for him. But dude, I don't know how you're not back the Steelers here. I think this is a clear Steelers spot in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't get there, but yeah, no, it very well could be. I do have to say I love the Steelers as a money line piece. I definitely think the Steelers win. I just get nervous, especially anything over a field goal. I just don't want to touch it. So that's just my opinion there. But definitely as a money line piece, I've already parlayed this with another team we'll get to. But let's keep it moving. We've got to cover a handful more games that I do want to talk about. I don't have anything on the Broncos and Jets. If you guys have anything, please speak up. But this number right now is basically Broncos -7 on the road going to the Jets. I have nothing on this game. Does anyone have anything on this? Jay?
I want to play it, but I'm not going to. I lean heavy to the Jets.
Simi, you got anything on this one?
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now.
Okay, but I think this number is right where it's supposed to be. This is a stay away for me.
Yeah.
Broncos are playing good ball.
Yeah. They had a huge win last week, obviously. But all right, let's move it on. I love this next game. We've got the Cowboys going to the Panthers. I think from what I'm hearing, this is probably the biggest Pros Joe's game of the week. The public's obviously going to be on the Cowboys, but everything I'm hearing from like the sharp bettors, professionals, is they're going to obviously take the Panthers here as a home dog. I've already bet the Panthers +3.5. It looks like there's still I'm not going to even say there's really a 3.5 available, only because it's -130 on ESPN Bet, but it's basically -3, Cowboys -3 everywhere. I love the Panthers here. I might circle back to this one. If it was a 3.5, I'd make it official. But at 3, I mean, I just don't want another annoying push. So yeah, I don't know. Jace, what do you think though?
I like the Joe spot here. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe. J. Joe.
I'll wear it on the chin.
I know Simi will get behind the Panthers with me.
No, I think Simi's a Joe too.
Nah, I kind of lean to the.
Nah, this is it.
Yeah, I lean Joe here too. Heard a stat that Dak is like 40-13 against sub 500 teams. So yeah, he kind of crushes these bad teams. I'd lean Joe here. Joe, Cowboys.
Let's go. Joe Rad, come on.
You said Joe Riding?
Yeah.
Joe Riding. All right.
Joe Riding.
Fair enough. I'm going to circle back to that one, but let's keep it going. This next one, I actually don't have an opinion on. Looks like there's a couple different. Yeah, there's a bunch of different numbers. Well, as in a bunch, like 3 different numbers. There's a -3.5, a 4, and a 4.5. But we got the Chargers, who now are off 2 straight losses, going to Miami. So across the country to play the Dolphins. The Chargers are favored on the road, 3.5, 4, 4.5 out there. I see a whole bunch of different numbers. This is a stay away game for me. I don't have anything on this. Simi, you got anything?
I want to say no. This number is probably situated right where it should be 2. Justin Herbert functions like decently well in these across the country games, so nothing really crazy about the travel spot, but I'm worried about that Chargers offensive line that the Commanders kind of exposed last week.
Yeah. Jay, what do you think?
Give me Dolphins, lock it in +4.5.
Really? Wow.
I like it, Jay.
I respect it, but I don't know if I like it. I think on Sharper Square, shout out to Simon and Chad, but there isn't there what is it? One of their bets is Chargers minus 4.5, which I was surprised about. But I respect that, Jay.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, brother. All right, Jay. You know we have other games. You only got one more slot.
I know.
feel like you're just.
I
know the
love.
emotions hit hard.
No, I like Miami at home this week.
Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. This next game, I'm excited to watch this game. I wish I had a feel for this game, but I refuse to get burned by the Jags again. But right now, I think this number might have. Let's see, where did it open? It opened with the Jags as a favorite, and now you can. I mean, it still depends where you shop around for this, but it's basically Jags plus 1.5 or Jags -1, depending on where you look. DraftKings right now has Jags plus 1.5, but they're hosting the Seahawks. So basically a pick 'em right now between the Seahawks and the Jags. I want to be on the Seahawks, but I'm not going to get burned by the Jags again. I think Trevor Lawrence has been pretty impressive now to start the year. It hasn't been the prettiest. He's had troubles getting BTJ involved. But I do think for them to be able to handle business against the Chiefs and Mahomes, say what you want about them, and for Trevor Lawrence to construct that last game-winning drive, it was very impressive. And I don't know, they might have a flow right now. Jay, what do you think, man?
Yeah, this is my last best bet. Give me.
We're not even halfway done with the 1 p.m. slate, man.
It doesn't matter. Don't matter. Give me Seattle.
All right, you want I think there's a 1.5 for
yeah,
you. Plus
that's what I want.
Not the money line?
No, don't need it. But I do like them to win.
Okay.
Actually,
Simi,
give me the money line. I'll take it.
Oh, okay.
We're gambling.
Simi, what do you? What do you think, Simi?
I'm aligned. I'm aligned with Jay here. I think this game might land on 1, so the Seahawks will cover that. But the Seahawks are 2-0 on the road, so this team obviously doesn't mind a road trip. And I think the Jaguars got lucky as hell last week. So yeah, give me the Seahawks, bro.
You want that as a play?
Yeah, official.
There we go, Simi.
Dang, you guys are both on the Seahawks. Okay, yeah.
When Simi rads, we win.
Really? I'll have to go back and fact check that. All right.
When the Joes are riding, we dying. Come on.
Whew, this next game. Let's move to this next one. I feel like I'm probably going to be alone here, but I'm not going to make it official. But we've got the LA Rams coming to the East Coast to Baltimore to play the Ravens. So the Ravens are coming off. I mean, I can't remember like such a low slump for the Ravens in a long time. Just in terms of like regular season, we should say. Obviously, they disappoint in the playoffs a lot, but usually at this point, the Ravens are really strong. Lamar's out; he's not going to play again. But this number right now is LA Rams -7.5 on the road. This is a heavy lean. Not going to play it. Not going to bet it to the Ravens, though. I do think second road game. I cannot see them getting blown out again. I think they find a way to keep this close. I know it's crazy to say, but I almost want to bet the Ravens here for some reason, especially because this number has not moved at all. It's been 7.5. I mean, since basically we knew Lamar wasn't going to go. So, Simi, I want to get your thoughts, though. Are you off the Ravens, or is this a solid spot to back them?
This is an ugly one. Kind of a grab your nuts and take the Ravens plus 7.5. Just a weird play, but I feel like the Ravens could keep this closer than. I mean, they can't get really worse than last week. Chase?
Oh yeah. I know I'm probably Joe here, but I just lean the Rams. There's not much looking good for the Ravens right now.
I knew it. Fade the Ravens in cash. Fade the Ravens in cash is pretty good analysis here too. Yeah.
Yeah. Free
Keep
money.
it simple.
This is almost the best bet for me.
All right, let's keep it moving. We're going to go to Indianapolis. Cardinals right now are getting 7.5 points in Indy. I think Kyler Murray did not practice today, so there's a chance he might not play. I don't know of any updated news on that, but I
Who's
don't
their
think it really matters at this point, just with the sentiment in Arizona after one of the most embarrassing losses I've ever seen. Um, I'm hype about this because I bet this I think on Sunday or Monday, but there was a book that had Colts minus 5.5, and I was able to get that, which I was happy about, under the key number of 6. And then, kind of like I mentioned earlier, I have this game as well parlayed with the Steelers as a money line parlay. I really like the Colts here. I'm done fading the Colts. I think they're a legit team. And even though technically trying to think as a sharp, you almost want to back the team that's coming off an embarrassing loss, I definitely don't want to touch the Cardinals. Jace, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the Colts in games they're favored to win. I think were they favored at the Rams? I don't think they were.
No.
They definitely weren't favored against the Broncos. And the games they were favored against the Dolphins, Titans, and Raiders, they won pretty significantly. So the books have been kind of wrong with their lines kind of all season. But with that being said, I think this is too sharp of a number to really get behind. I don't like it. Seems kind of trappy. I would stay off.
Yeah. Simi, what do you think?
Yeah, stay away from me too. I don't want to be stuck holding a Cardinals ticket, but don't really like this number for the Colts.
Fair enough. Yeah, it has grown a lot. I definitely would not touch this at 7 or 7.5. So we'll just keep it moving. This next game, I do really like. I think I'm actually going to end up adding this one right here. What'd you say?
Do it.
give me the Saints plus 3.5 at home against the Patriots. I think this is not even a buy low spot. I just think
trap.
It's definitely not a trap because the entire public is going to buy the hype of what the Patriots just did against the Bills, going into Buffalo on Sunday Night Football, and they beat one of the undefeated teams. So there's no higher spot to sell the Patriots here, in my opinion. And then I don't think the public is actually that impressed at all by the Saints beating the Giants. So I love the Saints here. I think 3.5 is a great number. I think Spencer Rattler is actually not bad. He's not the reason they're a bad team. I heard that on Sharper Square, and I completely agree. He is not the reason for their shortcomings. Simi, you aligned, or what you thinking?
I kind of want to directly fade that.
Do it, pussy.
Give me a Patriots minus 3.5. Make
Holy
that official,
Joe,
CK.
Man.
Make that
official. That is so
bro.
Joe. Okay, we'll see if that comes through.
They're trapping the big money, bro. I'm telling you.
Jace?
All my plays are out there, but I would definitely lean New England here.
Fair enough.
Joe Radin.
All right. Let's keep it going. We got the Raiders. They're hosting the Titans, who are coming off their first win of the season. Again, one of the craziest comebacks in a way. Just a lot of things went right for them, including people dropping the ball before they're in the end zone. But right now, for the most part, there's a little bit of different numbers out here, but mainly 4, we'll say. So right now, Raiders are minus 4. This is another game I got ahead really early on the line here. I think BetMGM had a Titans plus 6, and I went ahead and took that. At 6, I think that's a definite bet. But here at 4, I would still lean Titans, but not enough to make this a play. I do think that this is interesting given the Raiders really not looking good at all recently, being 4-point favorites. It just seems like the books don't trust at all that this Titans team has found something. Simi, what do you think?
Gross game here. If you're betting this, probably call that hotline. Disgusting game. I'm not touching this game, bro. But yeah, Gino's been terrible for the Raiders, which I thought that was going to be a good fit, and it hasn't been good so far. But yeah, I'm far away from this game.
Jay?
Yeah, I'm not interested in betting either of these quarterbacks.
Fair enough. Let's keep it moving then. 49ers going to the Bucks. I bet this game as well. I've been getting good value. Again, it's sometimes recently it feels like when I do get good value though, it still doesn't cover. But I did get the Bucks minus 2.5. Right now though, it looks like it's -3 everywhere. Yeah, -3 everywhere. Looks like Mac Jones is going to go again. I like the Bucks here. I think Baker's a dog. I think he's pushing top 5. Baker Mayfield is pushing a top 5 quarterback at this point. Give me the Bucks -3. Not official, but definitely a great look.
Where do you
Jay.
see -3?
FanDuel or MGM. Is MGM at 3?
I don't know.
Where do you see something else in 3?
I thought I saw -3.5, but
Oh, really?
earlier.
Oh, maybe ESPN bet.
Okay.
But they're
Regardless,
like +110, so I don't really count that.
Okay. I probably lean Niners actually here.
Fair. Simi, what do you think?
This might be the best game on the slate, which is lit. Both teams 4-1.
Oh.
Kind of a tricky line. I want to say I lean the Niners though. With Jay, the Bucks defense is a little suspect. Yeah, the Bucks defense got ran through last week, and yeah, I feel like this game like lands on 1 or 2, which would be so annoying holding a -2.5. Lean Niners.
Fair.
Yeah, bro. The Bucks have a lot of injuries on defense.
All right. This next one I'm hyped about. I feel like I have to include this, guys, just because I'm the only one as someone that owns a Bengals wide receiver in fantasy that's hyped about this Joe Flacco trade. I don't know why I feel so good about it, but I do think that it is going to be a big upgrade. I was never high on Jake Browning. I don't think he should be starting on anybody's team in the NFL. I don't even know if he's backup quality, which is kind of harsh to say, but he isn't. So, but what I do know is Joe Flacco is made for these situations. He's played a lot of football. I think he'll find a way. They'll change the scheme to make sure he's able to get the ball quickly out of his hands into his playmakers' hands. I know all the stats about LaFleur coming off a bye week at home, but I just think that it's only getting lower and lower sentiment for the Bengals, but they have a big upgrade at quarterback. 14.5 points is way too much. I have to take Bengals plus 14.5, and I'm going to make that official with all the playmakers that they have, just even on the offensive side of the ball. I like this. Jay, you with me, man?
Yeah, I like the Bengals plus 14.5. But I'm not sure I really agree with your cap with Joe Flacco there at all. I think he might be do fine for on plays that are open and when receivers are open and with the checkdowns, but long term, dude, they just can't protect a quarterback. I mean, 40-year-old Joe Flacco I hope he has good life insurance because his back might be broken by halftime of this game. Really, it's just not a good situation for any quarterback, let alone a 40-year-old, pocket passer, truthfully. So I don't really see it being successful, but I just pray for his health, man.
Fair enough. Yeah, this has come down actually a half a point. It looks like there's just one place left, FanDuel, that looks like it has a 14.5. But for the most part, most books have come down to 14, if that means anything.
Get it tonight, boys. Get it tonight.
Packers have been waiting on this team for 2 weeks. You spoke on LaFleur off a bye. And
isn't he bad off
Joe
a bye?
Flacco should be good off a bye, right?
No, I'm pretty sure he's horrible off a bye.
I think he's good. That was my understanding.
Yeah.
Look it up. Someone look it up.
Regardless, it's Joe Flacco behind a terrible offensive line in Lambeau against that Packers defense. And we know how comfortable the Packers are at the crib. So I would heavily lean Packers here if I can get a 14.
Really? That high?
Yeah, I don't want 14.5, but 14, give me it.
Fair enough.
Oh, maybe.
All right. Let's get to the game of the week, in my opinion. This is going to be my last official play. What'd you say, Jace?
Never mind.
You find a stat, Jace?
Yeah, it looks like he's 2-3 immediately coming off a bye. But the team is really successful following like their bye week. But the immediate game, he's 2-3.
Okay. All right. Game of the week. Chiefs 2-3, which is crazy to say that the Chiefs are 2-3, but they're 2 to 3 point favorites. Well, not actually 3, but 2.5 against the Lions. Looks like actually there's a 1.5 out there too. Actually, yeah. Why am I saying looks like? I bet the 1.5 and the money line -130. I love the Chiefs here. This is just a Chiefs spot. I don't really, I don't care about the number. I didn't think about the number. I didn't consider betting the Lions. This is just a desperation spot for the Chiefs. It's just Patrick Mahomes, greatest quarterback ever. Give me the Chiefs. Last play, Chiefs -1.5. Make it official. Simi, I know you're not with me on this.
Nah, I definitely lean to the other side. Even if this wasn't a Chiefs spot, I feel like you'd say it was a Chiefs spot, CK.
Everything's a
Yeah,
Chiefs spot for
probably.
Cameron.
Probably.
Which I get it. It's historically successful. But I still think both these teams have kind of unknown vibes around them. The Lions have looked great. I'm not sure how great they actually are. And then the Chiefs kind of crumbled last week. And I thought their vibes had turned around, but tough loss for them last week. I think this is a toss, though, but slightly into the Lions. Nothing crazy. Jace.
Yeah, I definitely lean money line to the Lions.
Okay, fair enough. Let's move to Monday. Let's wrap these up real quick. Bills Falcons. I don't have anything for. I would actually probably lean the Falcons, believe it or not. But this is in Atlanta. Pretty much Bills -4.5 everywhere. Falcons are coming off a bye. This would be a lean to the Falcons, but I don't have much here. Jay, do you have anything?
No, I do not. Sorry, dealing with my stupid phone fiasco.
I think I need 2 more plays. Yeah, CK.
I think you need 1, right? Wait, let me check.
What do
Yeah,
I
you have Seahawks and Pats right now.
Oh yeah, okay. Then let's make this Falcons +4.5 the last.
There you go.
I think this is way too many points for the Falcons, who are off a bye, and I think the tape might be out on this Bills squad. Their defense is really not that good. I don't know why everyone just automatically thinks Bills defense good. I think Bijan kind of has his way with that defense, and would not be surprised if the Falcons won outright, honestly.
Facts, man. Dude, the Bills have played like the worst team so far to start the year. I mean, you could say what you want about the Ravens. Like, obviously, they're a talented team, but they're 1-4. And it's like the Jets, the Patriots, the Saints. Like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah, bro. And they play every single primetime game at home. So now they're finally on the road.
Yeah, exactly. Fair enough. This last game was almost made it in. I don't know. I'm gonna have to bet this game, but I love the Bears here. I don't know why. Almost a similar cap in a way, like with this key number of 4.5 too, against the Commanders, who are coming off a crazy in the sense that they won big against the Chargers on the road, a game that they weren't even favored in. Jaden Daniels obviously looks good. Commanders, they're good, but I don't think that they deserve, especially with the Bears coming off a bye, 4.5 points, even though it's at home. Jay, can you get there with me?
No.
Nails, no. Okay.
Nails. Simple.
Nails, no.
Simple.
Nails, no. Fair enough. Simi, what do you think?
I was almost about to make Commanders one of my plays, but let me stay off my own squad. I'm very interested in seeing how good this Bears offense actually is, because I've seen a bunch of fantasy gurus having Caleb in their top 10 fantasy QBs, like he's a back at USC. And I'm just not sure really how good this Bears offense is. I know Odunze has been pretty lit to start the season, but I know their run defense is horrible, and the Commanders' run scheme really got to thrive against the Chargers, and I think they feast again on this poor Bears defense. So lean Commanders here, but
fair enough.
No bet.
Good cap. All right. Well, those are all the games. I'm going to recap the picks real quick, and then we'll get out of here so we can catch the Phillies and the Eagles Giants game. But Jace is on the Steelers -5.5, the Dolphins +4.5, and the Seahawks money line. After a 3-0 week, we'll see if he can continue it.
Come on, those are ballsy
I
plays, boys.
myself, kind of, yeah. I myself am on the Saints +3.5, Bengals +14.5, and the Chiefs -1.5. I feel really good about it. And then Simi is on the Seahawks as well, same as Jace. He's got the +1.5. And the Pats, which is a direct fade of me. I can't wait to see who's on the right side of this Pro Joe's game. And then last but not least, the Falcons +4.5 on Monday night. But this is Black and White Takes. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. Come on, we out. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.